and welcome. Last year I was given some substantial logs by a friend of mine called Tim, and it had been lying in his garden for a number of years, and he was wondering whether I could possibly use it and possibly make him something from it. Well, of course, never refuse wood. The fortunate thing is, because as we know, cherry, apple, pear has a tendency to crack and check quite dramatically. The logs are quite long, so there's a possibility that there's some good wood as we work our way into the log. The first one is 22 inches long by 6 inches diameter, and the moisture content at the moment is between 10 and 14% along the log. The next log is 30 inches by 4.5, and the moisture there is between 9 and 10%, so they're fairly good. And the last one is 30 inches by 3.5 inch diameter and is around an average of 10% along the log, so they are sort of dry-ish, quite good to turn. What I'm going to do is go to the bandsaw and start nibbling away at the logs and see where the checking stops, if indeed it does. So my thinking here is I'm going to cut here, so I've got a straight area here, and there's a crack that runs up to here. So if it doesn't go any further than that, then we've got a nice piece there for a hollow form. So we'll try that, and I've got this on my sled. This nice gentle feed. Now you can see here there's a bit of crack in there, but not too bad, the rest of it, so that's pretty good. I'm quite happy with that. So now, as I say, we have a crack which ends around here. So what I'm going to do is just line that up as straight as I can and just take it off here, and I can take another piece off if I need to, and that leaves me a piece here that I could do something with as well. Yeah, you can see there, you see quite substantial cracking there. Let's have a look at this bit. Yeah, and we got a crack here as well, but I think we can work with that, so I think we're going to go with a hollow form with this piece. So I'll be using the Hope Cryo 1¼ inch spindle roughing gouge, and the RPM I've pre-selected at about 750 RPM. So now I'm going to form a tenon so it'll fit into my Axminster medium gripper jaws. I'm going to do some basic shaping, and then we'll address the cracking. So I'm going to be using the Hope Cryo 3/8 spindle gouge to do the basic shaping, but first of all I'm just going to make a parting tool mark here which will give me enough room to part off and where the base of the form is going to be. And I think we're going to be just about here. So this is the basic shape that I'm going to go for. It will come down to about here. It will go in more this area here. But now I am going to address the cracks here, and I'll be using sawdust from the turning and CA. Or will I use coffee ground? I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. Turning it around just on 2000 RPM now. So I'm now going to take the bulk of this out with the Forstner bit, and then I'll finish off the inside, and then when all that is done, then I can take this down and sand and finish the outside as well. Okay, so now we're going to be hollowing out, and I'm going to be using the Simon Hope Pro Hollower with the 6mm carbide tip, and it's mounted in the long handle, which gives me plenty of control and minimum of effort, and I can just swing my body to get the results I want. Now, whilst I'm working my way down to get the final wall thickness, I use the 30mm round negative rake scraper from Hope Woodturning, and you literally just refine the walls to the thickness you want. And that leaves a really nice surface ready for sanding and no bumps or lumps. So it's a great tool for refining, and work your way down the piece so you've got more meat here to stop any vibration, etc. Okay, so that's the hollowing done now, and I've just got a torch in here so you can see how smooth that negative rake scraper of Simon Hope's has got the inside. The wall thickness is around 6 mil, and it goes down to 6 3/4 inches in depth. And what I'm going to do now is sand the inside. I'm going to put oil on the inside, and then I will sand the outside, finish off the bottom, and I'll be applying sanding sealer, True Grit and Hampshire Sheen on the outside. So let's get on with it. Okay, so a slight change of plan here. I didn't think when I said I was going to put Hampshire Sheen high gloss wax on the outside of the sanding sealer, but I haven't sanded the outside yet. But after just one coat of citrus burnishing oil inside, you can see that it's seeping through to the outside, which is not a problem. I'll sand up the outside now, and then I will finish the piece with burnishing oil and do multiple coats to get a nice sheen as opposed to a high gloss. So the outside has now been sanded up to 600, and I'm going to apply the Hampshire Sheen citrus burnishing oil, just the one coat. for now. That really makes the grain pop lovely. So what I'll do is apply a few coats over the next day or two after I've parted him off. Well, that's the pot finished, and it stands at 7 inches tall by 5.5 inches at its widest point, with walls of around 5mm right the way through. Well, thank you very much indeed for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. I'll put some pictures up at the end, and I'll see you very soon. Cheers now.